top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They try to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate. I'm still screaming, the world hope she. Mother Nature's my first shorty, watch how I go ballistic, and I'm so terrific. Accounts is copacetic. I don't need no permission, but I'm so indebted to this game that I love, and most of all to the man above. Now check me out, now it's just that Fridays was serving the greens. Before I was popping, I was nursing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. I done spoke too much, close curtain and scene. I am not a human being, I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou, I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme. Let's get it. Yeah, hit boy, we got another one. Ha. Man, y'all boys ain't ready for this, man. I'm still grinding, I'm still hungry, hungrier than ever. I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible.
It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Commanders. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Slot man moves right. Now a first carry here for Robinson. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Robinson with another carry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 17 there. Good for a Commander's first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And some room to roam that. There he goes, right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and
he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. An extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Charles already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Let's go now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and is popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
But when you go on the road, you're hoping to make plays that will take the crowd out of the game. I think that's a pretty good example right there.
Yeah, a break like that never hurts, especially in the 1st quarter. Maybe help to set the tone a little bit.
Could settle them down, get them into the game a little bit easier without that crowd really being against them.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Right back to Hubbard. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. Touchdown! Ian Thomas. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Panthers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. Pretty effective opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the touchdown run earlier, and if he pops more of these 10 to 20-yard carries, it could be a long game.
Yeah, those types of explosive runs wear down a defense. I think they need to add more people to the box, closer to the line of scrimmage, force them to throw the football, and see if they can slow them down that way.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Top 19! Top 19! Check, Bobcat! Check, Bobcat! Ready?
Second down and a run by Robinson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, this run defense gets an F so far. They're letting this guy carve them to shreds in the first quarter of play. He's already hit the 100-yard mark.
Let go! Hey, check that. Street. 18 rattlers.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be fourth down. These two teams all tied after one.
The score time, 7-7.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll set up a throw. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check mash, check mash.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Three. 19. 18, Pioneer.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
7 Pirates.
Looking to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Touchdown, Panthers! DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Panthers have taken the lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
26-yard line.
Come on.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, they'll throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
The Panthers take over first down 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Commanders take over first down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. Final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Right there, hurt.
Now back to throw.
Into a sea of defenders are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Commanders 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Again, it's Foreman. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On 3rd down, Foreman. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Chuba Hubbard
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
The point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Commanders 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there, and now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Here we go.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
79 Broncos. Panther Street. Panther Street.
He'll drop to throw.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Rig. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it go again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Let's go.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A run by Foreman to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
That caught by Tremble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And a solid run down inside the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 1. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Now Foreman. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
So on 4th down, Matt Rule brings out the field goal unit.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's...
He's got a man, complete! Touchdown, Washington!
Terry McLaurin, 75 yards. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster...
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
Through an opening, and there he goes. The 30. 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now a handoff up the middle. Foreman, and he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
A carry for Foreman. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. DJ Moore. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. The extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On the draw, Robinson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll run with Foreman. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Here's Foreman. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Moore, the man in motion. So
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Tommy Tremble.
27 yards.
And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point up and through. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to